No audio.
Muted?
I was muted. Hi.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. And Jasper, man.
There we go.
And
Whoa.
Jasper.
Whoa.
That was a fast 2 blocks. Damn.
I booked it. Whew.
Yeah.
Hot.
Jeez.
My legs are tired even thinking about that.
I have bad knees, Ryan.
I'm so sorry. Bad knees suck.
They do.
So bad.
It's my mom's fault. I'm gonna get her back one day.
What did she do to your knees?
Well, I owed some money, and
Yeah.
That's fair.
patience runs out.
Should have paid up.
No,
Like, you
that's
really should have.
reasonable.
That's called a New Jersey kiss.
I love you. Smack.
Oh,
I
man.
only do this because I love you.
If I don't teach you this lesson, somebody
Yeah.
else will.
You'd rather me do this than somebody else.
That's right.
Smack. Sledgehammer.
Oh. So everybody
Was
out
it-
there, we're kind of stress testing this new internet. So
Yeah.
if you spot problems or there's something going on that shouldn't be,
Well, hang
then
on.
that's the rest of my day. That's the rest of my day is just fixing like why is it this way?
There
Yeah.
definitely is going to be stuff going on that shouldn't be. That's just part and parcel of
I
Yeah.
just
what we're
meant
doing
here in
today.
this stream,
Yeah.
right here,
Okay,
what I
okay.
have control
right.
over. I
Fair
can't
enough.
do much more than that.
Understood.
Oh man.
I'll post an announcement.
We
Oh.
are live.
We are
We're
live.
Gonna
Yeah.
give
Oh,
it
I
a
better put some
shot.
pants on.
Come
It's the bare minimum. We just got to be live.
Internet
No, leave
with
'em off.
us.
You'll never know.
Send now. All right.
New cameras, new internet, testing everything today. And
Really?
yeah.
Bree, is that a new camera?
It is.
It
Do you
looks
like
It looks
it?
really
good.
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jason picked it.
It's
Well
it's,
done.
it's
showed
we,
up.
we just plugged it in, so it's not optimized yet. But like
All right, we're not
It looks
officially
optimal.
starting. I need to step away for 5 seconds. Bear with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
no,
looks
you're
better
good.
than your previous camera, so you're
Yeah.
not
Thank
optimized.
you.
Yours is
Yeah.
Good.
hello G Soto, how are you?
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi, G Soto.
I need
far,
to go
video's
to the
good.
chat.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Nemo. Hey, baby. Hi. Hi, darling.
Jake, how you doing? Okay. All right. We're nothing has fallen apart yet. Which means I think things are going to be great forever.
I am kind of glad with all this that we decided not to play last night because
Yeah.
that's the last thing that you need. It's like exhausted and not feeling well, and then having to.
And then the internet
Yeah,
crashes.
yeah,
Yeah. And then I
yeah,
have to go
so-
get Jason out of bed
Mhm,
because
yeah,
he's not
yeah.
supposed to be on during Java's. And
True.
yet, somehow,
True.
Well, the last couple
Well-
sessions we've been pretty good, so
we have been.
Here's the thing. That's if everything works perfectly, like straight out of the gate, and it's not. It rarely does. But we always strive for it.
That's right. Love a good
Ooh.
strive.
Man, how... There's 2 Jakes in the chat, but one of them's the real one.
Yes.
I have it on good
Mhm.
authority. So
Wait, then what's
The other one's
Jake?
the dog. He's
Oh.
the jazz dog.
Your other
Yeah.
friend, Jake.
That's
yes.
good. I do love a jazz dog.
It's the
Is
best kind
it-
of dog.
I mean,
It's about the
think-
barks you don't hear.
Damn,
It's like having kids.
that's good. That's good.
Oh my god, I appreciate that.
I did not think that was that good. Now I'm pretty pleased with myself.
That's-
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
We get more Java soon. I'm working on it now. So okay, let me fill you guys in on everything that's going on.
Ooh, trivia.
So I just posted an update to the Kickstarter that's basically saying our goal is to get everything in everyone's hands by the end of 2026. And while that sucks, we're still figuring out how we're going to do that because the tariffs alone add
Yeah,
another
I mean, I
15
think-
grand.
That's kind of everything right now, like out there.
And
is-
Yeah.
we do not operate at a surplus here at DNR.
yeah.
So we're I've taken on extra outside work. Bree's done the same. So we're both working about 50 to 60 hours a week.
Oof.
And there are no days off ever. Like it is just that. So
Well,
we're
I am
really-
working on getting us 1 day a month off. I'm trying very
be-
hard to start.
that'd be
I'm
very sweet.
scheduling a mental health day because we need it.
Good.
But yeah, so
Dude, everyone's and again, this is not
Everyone's, yeah.
everyone's gotta, everyone, all hobbies must be monetized. If I'm
That's right.
painting, I'm either going to be
Gotta be on
streaming
that
it or
grind
selling
set.
it. Yep.
yep.
It's every day, bro.
And now content
and that-
creators have to fight against robots too.
That's true.
So
And that's the thing. I've backed so many Kickstarters, and I think 1/3 of them get delivered. People just fold, and we're never going to do that. It's just going to take a long time. And
Yeah,
people,
and like honestly, like I have had Kickstarters that are still going on that were like before we did ours, and just
yeah.
like and it's like, and that's like, and but there are ones that I'm fine with because they are in communication and updating, and like you know that's what's important. Like
don't run away. Yeah.
I do think that content creators versus robots is not the episode of Terminator that I expected to come next in the franchise, but
mhm.
here we are.
Well, things have
And
been on the
yet-
downslide ever since Genesis, and
Genesis.
Genesis. It was Genesis, but they spelled it stupid.
Yeah.
and it was a bad
Oh.
movie.
Uh,
Yeah,
It's
like, what?
not as bad as Fan 4 Stick, but there was a whole problem with that for a while there. Yeah.
my favorite is Fithrir in the
Fithrir
Fear
was my
franchise.
favorite.
Fithrir is my,
It's also because
Fithrir.
it sounds real good. When you
It's so
say
funny.
it.
Yeah. So what's everyone's plans for Halloween? Are we doing fun stuff?
Yep.
It's a Friday this year, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
It's not unheard of. It's just rare.
Yeah.
And so
That's
yeah,
good.
of course, we're gonna do stuff. I'm sure that Felix is gonna be an avocado again. Pretty great.
Good.
Yeah, it's solid.
It is really
Perfect.
good too. And
I love a good locally sourced Felix. Like that's
Yeah.
my
right. And I'm pretty sure that Luce has decided with her friend that they're gonna do the Elphaba
Glenda?
the whole Glenda, yeah,
Yep.
the whole Glenda thing. So
who's
sure.
gonna be
Yeah.
Ooh, which one's
getting?
getting? Yeah.
Luce will be green.
Ah, yay! Fantastic. Your bathroom's gonna love that.
I'm not looking forward to any of this, but
Look up sealant, like for skin paint. That,
you've already gone beyond the limits of how much I want to think about this. So
That's fair.
Jason,
That's fair.
I am trying to
I'm
save
sorry.
you from getting green all over your house.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying
Yeah.
there's nothing I can do.
Yeah,
I'm saying
fair
it's
enough.
I've already
happening.
spent-
That's happening.
Yeah.
True.
You explaining that was as much as I can manage in my head. I can't do anything beyond that. So
Yeah, no,
unfortunately,
just
our house is
Google-
going to be green.
just
you're
Google
right.
body paint Homestuck, and like
Too
that'll
late,
get
yeah.
you where you need to be.
Right.
I think in terms of consequences.
Yep.
There's so many consequences already.
If she's not planning on using Sharpies to do it, you're
Yeah, don't
already
do
ahead
that.
of the curve.
I'm thinking dry erase markers might work for a few minutes
Oh,
and then
very
they'll
nice,
just go
very nice.
away. I
Mm.
don't know. Anyway, you're right.
I think this is as stable as it's going to get. We haven't lost anything yet, so like I'm hopeful.
As stable as it's going to get is the title of my biography.
That's the tagline of DNR too.
It is really, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like we're still in the air. I don't know if these wings are gonna stay on, and these engines sputter out sometimes, but we're still in
That's
the
right.
air. We're doing it, baby.
That's right.
We ready to go?
I'm
Sure.
ready. Let's do it. My
Let's
eyes
hit it.
look dead, but I'm still in here. I'm ready. Let's go.
Big smiles, everyone.
All right.
Jason,
This
Bigger?
is
He
it.
is smiling.
Bigger?
Okay.
That's it. That's as far as it goes.
perfect. Welcome Welcome to Extended Rest, where we kick back, look back, and unpack everything our heroes have been through in the last month's episodes. Today, we will be discussing episodes 23 through 25. So go ahead and grab a drink and let's relive Theria one episode at a time.
I wonder
Today,
what
I
everyone
have
wants
with
to
me.
talk about this month. I'm sorry. I wonder what everyone wants to talk about this month. Like, it's.
I don't know. Like, I'm worried that we're not going to have enough to discuss because, like, barely anything happened in the last three episodes.
We're
So,
like
like,
really chill.
I'm going to try
Real
to stretch
filler.
it out a little bit.
I want to talk about Nythera's bubble bath. That's what I want to talk about.
Oh, man. It sounded cozy.
Yeah, honestly. I was like,
I miss bubble baths. All right. So I have with me today Ryan
Hello, everybody. That is me,
And-
and I'm here.
and Kelsey.
hello, I'm Kelsey. I'm on Java. I guess I don't know if we do
Kelly.
introductions for this one, but I'm also
So
on
this-
something else.
Yeah.
It's not out yet.
It's coming.
And Jasper
Hey, I'm Jasper. That's it.
and Jason.
I'm the other Jason. Hello.
So I didn't write down the titles of the episodes this time like I normally do, so I'm just pulling those up. Episode 23, How Chimera Got His Groove Back. The party is given the grand tour of the Dwagar fortress where Chimera is altered by the adamantine vapors, which heighten his powers and give him a really good high. You guys make it to the throne room where you uncover war plans and a fake king guarding a hidden cavern where the true king was found immersed in raw arcane energy. Speaking of Glenda, radiating with immense power and madness. So that was a pretty cool episode.
Pretty
And
cool.
we're gonna keep we're gonna do the normal, like we're talking about every episode in order. I recognize that the third episode is the one everyone's excited to get to.
We got to get to it. Builds to
We're
that,
gonna
right?
builds.
it builds to that.
Yeah.
And I have questions too.
So,
Ooh.
one thing that I've really enjoyed a lot about all of these episodes is that if there is a thing to be opened or pulled or grabbed, it's like we don't really have a Mandy or Valerie in this arc to do that for us. But what we do have is a Ruby, and Ruby is
Yeah.
doing a phenomenal job of pushing all of the buttons, pulling all of the things. I
Yeah.
save
Yeah.
some world for the rest of us, but it's very dynamic what you're doing.
I feel like if there's the the big red button that says don't push, Ruby would be like, "Ooh, yeah, but hear me out.
When am I going to be back here?
What if I
Yeah.
did push it?"
What if I push? But what happens though?
Yeah, no, not
That
even
actually-
that. That's no. She would never even go. What happens? It's just it says not to. But what if I did?
What are they trying to hide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consequences? Forget it.
On that note, would Ruby do the adamantine vapors if she had known about it? Because I don't think Chimera like told her, and then she realized he was high and became
Yeah,
babysitter Ruby.
So
So like,
yeah, good point. So I mean, the build up to all of this is that we don't know what's going on. We just know that there's something weird happening with the king or the Durgar or something like that. And the king and all the Durgar, or at first, I think we all kind of felt like, is something weird here? Like the Durgar are acting weird? No, it just turns out the Durgar are just really focused on what they're doing. They're just
they're
like
so cool.
working. But then it's like, okay, well then something's going on here with the king. Anyway, the whole the whole huffing this arcane gas stuff. I don't know that Ruby would have if I don't know if Chimera said, "Hey, come do some drugs while we're here," or something like that. Like, I don't think that she would have been like, "No, not a good idea, dude." But
It's not the right
whatever
time,
it
like-
was, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, come on. But I kind of got the impression, even if it wasn't stated out loud, that there was this draw for Chimera to do this a little bit. Like there was a Kolgothy, Warlocky. It's just like handed to him. Like, you are here. There's a thing to do, and you just couldn't. I mean, you could decide not to, but
Mhm.
otherwise, this
Where's
is
the
going
fun
to
in
happen.
that?
I also
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the sense that I'm not sure if I was just reading into like some words too much or something, but like this was having like that effect and not like as negative a thing because of Kolgoth. Like he was kind of like
That's what it sounded like. Yeah.
filtrated or
Maybe, yeah.
something.
Maybe.
Like
It felt very sort of tailor fit to, hey, there's a thing here that if you do this, it's going to be really good for you, or at least
Mhm.
going to be it's going to have
Yeah.
lots of bigger consequences. I don't know that it would
Mhm.
have made sense for everybody to sit in that gas and huff it and say, like, what are we doing here? Like that would have been weird and bad, but it made so
Yeah.
much sense for Chimera to do it and just
mhm.
get caught up in that moment. And then, of course, that was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
helpful later, as we find out.
You know what that makes me think of is that scene from Ted Lasso where Coach Beard confesses that he was really high during one of their games. It's kind of the same vibe where it's like, oh man, I've really flubbed up the timing here. So Jason, when it came to the primary focus of the mining operation, how did you land on adamantine? Because I feel like that's a pretty popular like fantasy metal. And you didn't make up your own, which is a little bit weird for you, honestly.
Well, I did. It's just not on the show yet. Like there's
Ooh, that's exciting.
Lore drop.
so much has changed, right? So much has changed. I want to give people grounding things where it's like, okay, well, this still exists, like the currency is still the same, right? It's gold, silver, copper, platinum, like it, and I'm trying to give people touchstones again, which is very important because if you change everything,
Mhm,
then you feel like it's like, well, it feels like you're making it up, right? Which is a
Mhm.
weird thing to say because we are,
mhm.
but like, you know what I mean?
A little gratuitous, a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
There
Yeah,
we're
like give
needs
people
to
a
be
little bit of like
rules.
something they're familiar with. Yeah, that's.
And at the same time, you don't want to come in and it's like, well, this is the great great granddaughter of Brianna, and we can't, we don't, you know what I mean? Like we can't, like you don't want to repeat stuff, but at the same time, so there needs to be little touchstones. So there's all kinds of other stuff in that facility that they're using, but we needed a focus, and I think it was kind of a neat thing to kind of bring in just like the Feywild, where it's like, yeah, this is stuff that has existed in D&D
Yeah.
forever, but you can do your own take on it without it being derivative. And
Mhm.
Mhm.
I think we're doing a pretty good job of that, but I don't know. We'll I'm
I will
always
say,
waiting
What do
for
you
the
guys
email.
think in the chat? Do you think we're doing a good job with that, chat?
Say
Sorry,
yes.
Kelsey?
Say yes.
Whenever you
don't
were
have to-
describing like the giant ingots, I was just picturing like the giant Toblerones. Like
Yes!
that's kind of what I
Yeah.
was visualizing.
That's good.
Perfect. That's
Saying,
good.
Yes.
Didn't they shrink those like a couple years ago and it became
Yeah,
a big fucking deal?
I think they're in the same position as like Arizona iced tea, where it's like, look, man, we don't want to upcharge you, but at the same time, it's really expensive to keep making these
Yeah.
things. We can't keep the prices $19.99 forever. Like it's,
I appreciate the Costco hot dog guy. If you change the price of the Costco hot dog, I will kill you. Direct quote. Jasper.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm still on Adam. Can you clarify for me and
Adamantine.
for listeners? Thank you. So,
adamantite is the ore, adamantine is the refined product.
right.
This
So
was my
adamantine.
favorite running bit.
It goes down,
Right,
and then
right, right.
adamantine goes
Sure.
up.
Yes. So I would actually argue that at least from my limited experience, I'm not a huge lore comic book, and I'm not. There's probably a lot here that I don't know, but in my mind, Jason, you made the metal be a thing, right? Long ago, we came up with a list. There was a list of stuff we need to do for this big artifact we're trying to build, and all sorts of things, which has now been sort of exposed.
Mhm.
But this is a thing, and it does feel like a mystical, magical type, a little bit more important. But in my mind, the way that you describe this is like it's kind of shimmering with arcane energy. It's kind of infused with magic, with something that I've never thought. Like when I think of Wolverine, for example, I don't
Right.
think of that. I think of just really strong, important metal. But what I
Sure.
don't think is arcane magical stuff. So I feel like there is sort of a Theria version of this that
Yeah.
oh, and by the
it's
way, I'm
different.
calling this whole Duergar thing, I'm calling this the adamantine arc. Because
I just
feel
looked it up.
like,
We're,
I
we're totally
like
cool on
that.
copyright. It first appears in the 1941 short story Devil's Powder by
Done.
Malcolm Jameson.
Wonderful.
So,
Oh
And
man, I want some
Malcolm,
devil's
friend of the show.
powder.
Yeah.
so like not even like Marvel, like
Yeah,
got it
I feel
originally,
it-
so we're good.
yeah. Chimera's right there for that devil's powder, 100%.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, it's
1000%.
great.
In fact, yeah.
It's
That's the
Here's
name of it.
okay. So D&D has officially been around for 50 years, right? And in that time, countless people have worked on it. Countless people have, if you want to use like adamantium, like the Wolverine substance, that's sometimes magnetic, sometimes not. So in the movies and some of the comics, it's a death sentence to go up against Magneto. Sometimes
Yes.
it doesn't.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Like sometimes he could rip it out of his body, and sometimes it doesn't matter at all. So like everyone like it depends. I just want to keep things consistent in our world, but I
Yeah,
do
that
want things
works.
to evolve and change.
Yeah.
I was
Totally
so
works.
for Halloween, I'm working on vampires again, and they've changed over the
Ooh.
last century because of the whole arcane energy seeping into the ground. So I get to
Ooh.
remake.
I will kill
Jason-
some of you with these vampires, he
Jason's
says.
just desperately juicing them up, trying to make them more powerful.
So me being me, I've actually gave them more drawbacks, and like it's much more
Of course.
volatile. So like I wanted to bring in old vampire lore, specifically Romanian lore, and like that 30 Days of Night feel, and
Yeah.
and
That's
uh,
fun.
so I'm trying to make them feel more supernatural as you know there's a bunch of
I
energy
did love the
infused
little
with it.
vampire city in Esterhold. That was
That was
really
nice.
cool.
I
that's
don't
coming
know
back.
why I
Pretty
was
dope.
expecting you to say, so I took some of the werewolves and I had a vampire bite them and turn the werewolf into a vampire. I don't know why I was expecting that one.
And then he turned blue for some fucking reason.
For some
Everybody-
reason.
Please stop giving him ideas.
Someone's going to Lockford. I just know that. Like it's coming.
All right. There is something that was hinted at during introductions that both Ryan and Kelsey were like, oh, are we allowed? So you are both on Homefront, the group that is
Yes.
going to be posted first on Patreon and then the main feed later down the line. And I wanted to ask, do you think your characters would have tried the adamantine vapors? Just a little taste,
Gosh.
little taste of.
Uh,
What do you
well,
think, Mag?
Let's talk about if you paid attention to Theriathon earlier this year, you would have maybe got an introduction to my character, who was a very angry, violent individual, and I think that this character Magravar would not have been interested at all in such frivolity, and if he had to go through it to hit somebody, that'd be one thing, but no vapors for him.
Rhyme would not do it without like knowing the drawbacks at the end. Like that's kind of their
Right.
thing. It's like
That
they're
checks
not
out.
like against drugs as a concept, but like unknown consequences when you like when it wears off and everything. That's like
Valid.
Sense.
So
All right.
Homefront.
What about
Hmm?
what about your character, Bree?
Yeah, Bree.
Well,
Oh yeah, she'd totally do it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So Reason is Rhyme's cousin, and they are different in multiple ways. And one
That's
of the
another
ways
reason
is-
why Rhyme would not, because like someone needs to be sober to like take care of this,
Yeah, no, I'm driving.
Yeah.
Speaking of Homefront, so you said Homefront's going to be on the Patreon. How would you be able to join the Patreon? Where would you join the Patreon? And what do you get when you join the Patreon?
Oh, you
Excellent
get
question.
so many things when you join the Patreon over at patreon.com/DANDR. That is patreon.com/DANDR. And I believe that Homefront is just going to go in the regular $5 tier, which is the tier where you also get ad-free episodes and behind the scenes, which are really, really fun. If you guys, that's where Spagushers started. Like you want the behind the scenes, so you get the Spagushers and the portable soups, you know.
I was trying to explain
So-
that to my wife last night, and she
Forget it.
trying to explain to my wife what I do for a living is real fucking tough sometimes. Like it's like even
Why don't
even
you
else,
take
like,
me seriously,
yeah.
Spagushers?
Right. It's like, and you make money
Right.
doing this? And I'm like, sometimes, yeah. Like it's it's
A little
tough
bit.
to, you know.
Not a
I actually
lot,
started,
but you know.
I started to chat with patrons, even people who are on the free tier, just asking, it's like, hey, what do you want to see? What are we, because we've spent the last year working on the main feed. Now I want to look at Patreon and make sure, you know, because as time goes on, people have less time to do sessions and things like that. like trying to wrangle the cast at this point, it's tough because people are dealing with new homes and new jobs and new kids, and it's really, really difficult. So in the near future, we might do a casting call to add cast
You heard it here
members
first.
to...
But of course, you have, in order to be part of the casting call, you have to be at tier. I'm just kidding. There's
No.
There's
I'm
no tier.
kidding. It was a joke.
But-
It's a joke. It's a joke.
To know first, you should at least join the free tier on Patreon, which is also where you can. We do put out irregularly, but we do put out GMTs in the free tier, so that's where you can listen to those as well. So,
If
and
you
you
heard
get
the
all
part where
of the
we're
like
working 60
updates.
hours a week, it's tough to find time to take a road trip.
Yeah,
and
it
is.
GMTs now. We're
And we
working
don't
on
like
it.
posting depressing GMTs. Like, we're trying to get better about that.
Yeah.
All right, episode 24. This is gonna be a real quick one because this was the fight with the Dwarf King, magic addled arcane energy king, and unfortunately, one of the Minotaurs went down. And the king was killed by Brack was the survivor, correct, Jason?
Brax was, yeah, Dozer went down.
Dozer went down, Brax survived, and Brax ended up skewering.
Yeah.
That was not the right hand motion for the violence that happened, but how did we all feel about the outcome? Because I know that specifically Jasper, you guys were going for letting the king live. Like you wanted to save the king from himself. Or
Yeah, I thought that was wild. It's like at a certain point, I was like, I don't like even okay, like you knock him out and he lives. Like I don't think if he wakes back up, he's gonna be like coherent. Like he felt like he was gone.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
Well-
obviously.
if you coax a king through his rehabilitation, I feel like he does owe you a favor. So like,
So
Yeah,
now
I see where
100%.
you guys were coming from.
that's it. So imagine, okay, of course, at some point it's like, okay, this isn't going to work. Like we don't have a whole lot of choice here. Of course, this could go really badly. And in the sense of King's dead, right? But
Mhm.
think about this from the party's point of view, and in particular, Logren's point of view, right? So if Logren sort of is leading this up, it's, look, we're here for a reason. We're here overtly for a reason. We're not trying to steal anything. We're not, if anything, we're trying to just ask for a
Mhm.
favor that we can return later. And hey, at best, maybe we can find an allyship and maybe we can, do something even better here. Oh, your king is kind of messed up? Okay, listen, we're going to try to figure this out with you. Oh crap, he's going to kill us. Okay, we're going to try to subdue. And even, even later we find out, like, not find out, but through that there are little things. And Ithera was not using poison to kill, but poison to
Right.
knock someone
Yeah.
out. Like it was very, very deliberate. Of course this makes sense. We're not going to come, hi, well, thanks for letting us in your home. Let's kill your king. Let's try to
Right.
help you out. So this was
Yeah.
Logren's point. Like, let's get some witnesses. Let's,
Yes,
Right.
that I think was like the smartest thing you guys did, and I'm glad at least one of them survived.
thanks,
Yeah, that
Jameson.
was
I wasn't thinking about it.
Now,
Like,
here's the thing about
was
this that threw
really
me
good
off a little
call.
bit. It was a good call. You're so right. Who threw the first punch? Does anyone remember?
I don't
I'm-
fucking
I'm
remember.
pretty sure it wasn't the king. I don't think it was the king.
I
Did
don't
Han
remember.
shoot first? Oh my gosh, did Han shoot first, guys?
I think Han shoot first. I think Han shot first.
See,
It might have been Ruby because Ruby often has that reaction whenever initiative is rolled.
I think the king did declare intent to attack. Though.
Yeah, he was-
it's like-
So
Rial was on the group
specifically-
side, so as long as
Yeah.
Rial,
Yeah,
who is like
yeah.
kind of the official
Yeah, that's true.
stand-in, which actually leads me to a question for you, Jason, specifically. Was Chimera really the first one to ever notice the adamantine high? Because Rial seems surprised. Is that like there are no like Dwagar teens that are like sneaking in like
so
he's the
okay.
first one to ever just step in and go,
So I think the cold off might have been a factor.
right, but that is
So-
still there. Like that vent already existed. No one's ever just passed by and been like, man, I feel great all of a sudden.
Well, that's okay. Okay. I think you have to work in factories to really get what I was going for here. But
Okay.
so okay. I've talked about it before, but I've industry was dying all around us where I lived. I grew up in Bridgeton, New Jersey. I've worked at dairy plants. I've worked at meat lockers. I've worked at a bunch of different
Dairy
glass
lockers.
plants.
Yeah.
Dairy lockers.
Dairy lockers.
Yeah. So, I worked at like Frederick and Dimmick and Arc and stuff like that. doesn't mean anything to anybody here, but those used to be glass plants for pharmaceutical stuff. So I would make IV drips, I would make all kinds of stuff, and I was a machine operator. And let me tell you how the economy's changed. This wasn't a lot of money then. I was a machine operator for 3 years, and I was making $10 an hour after I passed tests to get. I started as a janitor and
you
worked my
your way
up
up to $10.
to $10, and that wasn't a lot of money then. It was like
I
insulting,
hate how
but
that's
it's
like
like
still higher than minimum wage. In a lot
I
of
know!
places.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
that's
insane.
so depressing. Sorry.
I was in a
I'm not
union.
gonna.
It's insane.
Don't do it, Kelsey.
So the point being, there were open flames and stuff like that I had to negotiate. There were so many things that could kill you, right? If those machines stopped because a piece of jagged glass got stuck, you had 30 seconds or the chimney would erupt into flames and the entire place would go up. That's how antiquated. These are 100-year-old machines brought over from Germany and shit. So thinking about these people, I like dwarves. Traditional dwarves are artisans, right? They're the content creators of D&D. They're all about sculpting and building these huge huge the forges and weapons and armor and stuff like that. And they're very like, this is a 1-of-1 run, and you'll like they're. It's like getting a special Rolex or something like that. It's like, hey, these guys make the best weapons and armor. This is bespoke. And it's like, so what if there were dwarves that were much more about uniformity and making things that are reliable and stuff like that? Not necessarily pretty to look at, but man, these things are going to be, so it would never occur to them to, let's say, get near the open flames of this machine and just it's like, so what happens if you breathe this poison in, because it's poison.
Yeah, like I feel it, like thinking about like factories and stuff and everything. It's like there are a lot of fumes going around, and most of them like give you cancer. So it's probably
most of them aren't
like,
cool. Yeah,
you're not thinking like, oh, maybe one of them will get me high in a fun way. It's like, no, if I go and breathe that in, I'm going to die.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Someone figured out whippets, and that is not like someone has to sit there and try every single thing, right?
But like, again, these are okay. So also, they haven't been free for that long.
True.
Right?
Yeah, they haven't been there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Again, we've talked about it on the show, but it's you get to that point through comfort. When you're comfortable, then you can look at like, hey, how does this make you higher? It's like, so you're working on the hierarchy of needs first, then it's like, well, now I'm bored.
Hierarchy.
Like, yeah. By the way, pajama party, content creators, as in only Forge, like that's a good one. That's
Definitely a thing.
Very cute. Very cute.
Sorry, Jasper.
Let's call it canon. I don't even know what I was going to say. Was I going to say something?
Yeah,
I think it was really cool, and like the description of like how they're like the architecture was different, like and all that stuff. Especially like it's good to have Logren there because he knows the other versions. So you can kind of like compare
other side
it.
of the coin.
But they just seem really cool, and I'm hoping
really
we
cool.
find out a bit more about them once you guys are
Yep.
I don't know if you're going to be freed from the prison after what happened, but we'll find out.
There's so much, obviously. Yeah, I'm in a privileged position because we have, we've recorded a couple of episodes
in the can.
beyond.
Yeah.
So we know what's going on here. But no, what I was going to say is, once again, shilling for the Patreon, but for a point.
I'm not going to stop you.
It's really fun. If you go listen to the Overseers, the sort of between Arc 5 and Arc 6, we did a little limited quest for the Overseers that introduces the Dorgar, and this is an extension. It has nothing to do with the Overseers themselves, but it's just nice to see where they've come from and how they've gotten where they've gotten. So join the Patreon, patreon.com/DANDR, and listen to the Overseers limited quest, Descent into Madness.
This new Durgar city and factory, part of what makes it so interesting also is that it's got to be a little under 100 years old, less than probably, because they came from another continent. So it's not old at all. They might have just started figuring out how to get the fumes all of the way out. That might be really new. That's adamantine hasn't even been in the ground for 100 years. I believe you said something along those lines. It's all the extra dragon magic, something like that.
it's that refining process was, so the ore existed, but like steel is a combination of like iron and something else. But like it's
Grits.
there's going to be, and yes,
Moxie.
That's it.
Dr. Pepper, I think, is what they
Right,
fuse.
yes.
I think that's what.
Love it.
But
Sponsor us. Do it.
Oh my
Do
God!
it. You
could we-
won't. Cowards.
I mean, they won't. They won't. But they really should with as much as you drink. Like you, Dr.
Yeah.
Pepper people are so fucking weird because if you drink Dr. Pepper, that's it. You don't have a backup. There is no,
I
is
don't.
Pepsi okay? It's like,
Don't.
no, I'd rather drink piss. Like they're so vehement about their soda. Like it's so,
Oh, man.
I could look at, like, there's 50 flavors of Mountain Dew that I'm like, oh, that's lovely.
I-
Code Red is a sipping beverage. And like you know, like
I stopped drinking Dr. Pepper after they stopped coming out with the Dr. Pepper only for men. It was like, finally.
I remember that commercial. I remember the commercial when they were like regular sodas for pussies.
I was like,
it was so
that was
stupid.
so aggressive. It was so aggressive.
stupid. It was the dumbest thing. Anyway,
Sponsor us, Dr. Pepper. We will.
berries
love
and
you.
cream. Berries and cream.
Oh yes,
It's the best one.
it is.
Berries and cream. Berries and
While
cream.
we're talking about sponsors, okay. There are very few content creators that we have associated with or followed. There are many that I followed over the years, and eventually they all disappoint because something happens. Like, there are comedians I follow, and it's like, Bill Burr's pretty great. Oh, he went to Riyadh? Fuck! Like, it's just, there's always something. It's like, look, I understand money, but, And one of the reasons we're not good business people is because morals. We're never going to launch an NFT or a cryptocurrency or try to scam our listeners or anything like that. Like, we just don't want to do that, and that's why we're poor. But anybody who watches Jordan Breeding stuff, he started in Cracked, and like the entire, like, that is his real name, but like he calls his viewers breeders and like haha.
Yeah.
So
And he has the
started in
breeding
Cracked,
company.
and like he recaps all the movies in a franchise. So it'll be like, hey, we're going to talk all about Sharknado today. So all the Sharknado movies. Super nice dude. I started supporting him on Patreon and just reached out to him, and like, he's a really good guy. We've talked back and forth, and like, if you got an email the other day, it's because we put each other on each other's Patreon pages as recommends, and it's nice to reach out to
I like
somebody.
that.
It's like,
He just
oh,
did all the
you're-
Candymen.
Yes.
I like him.
Oh wow.
What a weird franchise. What a, like,
Such a weird franchise. And he did it in
Constantly.
chronological order. So the third
Yeah.
one's the last one he did, which is, that one is so garbage. And he made it interesting. Good for him. Because like,
He
it
worked
wasn't
at
interesting
that
when I
guy's-
fucking watched it.
Thank you, Mr. Breeder.
Geez, Soda,
I
you
worked
worked
at
at that guy's house? Weird.
Yeah,
I know
what?
he lives in the South. That's crazy.
Dope.
Thank you, Rachel. I love supporting you guys because you're not terrible people. We
Aw.
try.
Aw, thank
Like,
you.
we-
We do our best.
Oh,
There's
that's how I
such
know
a
you
low
don't know me
bar.
that well.
Yeah.
Well, she's not supporting you.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's not supporting me or you.
It's,
That's a good point. Good point.
It's association.
So speaking
Look, I
of
can't vouch for everyone.
most content creators are predators. Time's up. Episode
I didn't-
25.
I didn't say that. Like, it's true,
But
but, you
they
don't
are.
say it. Like, it's,
But they are. We were all thinking it. So that's
It's right.
while confined in the fortress after the king's death, the party was given tours, navigated political tension and mounting pressure, especially as Chimera neared the deadline for his pact. After a failed contract ritual, failed being, for
think
Kolgoth, I think it all went as planned.
The contract ritual part was a success. that
was
seemed to
great,
go
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So he forced Chimera to murder Jesse, and the whole group was left to deal with that. And the demon, the last threat was, "Do not make me wait again," which was such a fucking great line to go
That's
out
a good
on.
line.
Mhm,
It was such
mhm.
a good line.
It was a great moment overall. Like,
It was really good.
can I,
Such a good fucking ending for that episode.
So-
I wanted to ask you a question really quickly, all of you, just because you've played in my games for
Yeah, do my
many
job.
years now.
Yeah.
So, Tyler R. hits me up on Discord, and we talk a bunch and stuff. And he asked a question, and it's something I worry about. I always worry about crossing a line with you guys.
Mm.
I don't ever want to pull a bullshit move with you guys. And I don't think I've done many of those over the years. I don't like using powers like legendary resistance. For example, like if you roll and you roll well, and then I go, no, you didn't. I feel like that's a bullshit cop out, which is why every one of my vampires has died in humiliating fashion.
Sometimes
Because
moments.
I refuse to do the thing where it's like, no, to prove a point. It's like, God damn it. So by taking agency away from Ian, and I even checked in on the episode, he was cool with
Yeah,
it.
you did.
But like,
I left that
don't
in
do that.
specifically. Yeah.
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 How do you guys feel about that? Is that a line crossing thing for you, or because I have
I feel like
established
it's
a
not.
lot with Ian?
Yeah, I did like feel like it wasn't, especially because he checked in afterwards, like that's important, but also like the thing like when Ian was making this character, and I imagine you and him talked a lot about like Kolgoth and everything, and I felt like that's the kind of story he was wanting to tell, and like
Yeah.
specifically with the like warlock thing, like that's I think like what like was working in the character. It wasn't just like something completely out of left field or like unrelated
Right.
to what his character's story was.
That's the story thing is what I think matters most. Because like with
Mhm.
legendary resistance, that's just a way to make the fight last longer. It's just a mechanic they put in place because they realize that the heroes are overpowered, but they don't want to fix that. So they just add a thing and they're like, there, we did it. Versus like you made a warlock character. Specifically, you made a warlock character where you wanted to interact with the patron.
Mhm.
A part of working with a patron as a warlock is always going to be that patron does control you. That's supposed to be a part of it. That's how you got the power. So I feel like it was perfect, especially because he rolled a 2. That was an important thing.
Yeah.
He rolled a 2.
What I loved about it was I'm a big comic book fan. Marvel did like a Moon Knight series a couple years back.
Yeah.
And in
that's
it,
good.
the main character would occasionally lose control of himself and do violent superhero things. And I kind of caught that vibe, and it made me very happy to listen to it. So that was great. But one thing that I was wondering about this, and I don't why did the king not count necessarily
also
towards the
wondering
murder
that.
total because was it intent, or was it because Kolgoth didn't get the kill?
He
Or
didn't get
is
the
Kolgoth
soul.
was Kolgoth just being petty about it? Because it was
So,
just a kill,
okay.
I thought.
So
I thought it was a soul.
okay. Well, it's so okay. Let me. Kolgoth is different in a lot of ways.
He's built different.
Well, it's the experience. Like it's so like yeah, there was a fight, but there were like 11 people.
And he was also really, as established, really out of it. Like he was
Yeah,
in
he was-
La La Land, like
Mhm.
Right.
even for Kolgoth.
Mhm,
So it's more about do the thing I told you to do because I told you to do it. And it
Mhm.
starts out as a suggestion. And I wanted to create a situation where, like, if you go back and listen to the last 10, 15 episodes, there's a, hey, I want you to do this. Hey, I want you to do this. Hey,
Oh
want,
yeah,
and
I was noticing
yeah.
that as it kept going. I was like, this is not
Yeah.
going to go anywhere good. And
Right.
lo
Yeah.
and behold.
and
Because like the start
Kolgoth-
of it was not giving him the soul of one of the kids. Like that's why I assumed he needed a soul, was because it was like, hey, I want that soul. And he said,
Sure.
no, I'm not going to have her sign a contract with you because
And it's a different type. We keep drawing corollaries between that and just an abusive relationship, right?
Mhm.
And one of the things in an abusive relationship that the first time someone starts trying to get autonomy back or agency in their own decision making, it's the first thing someone like that'll do. It's like, I don't want you talking to those friends of yours. I don't want you doing this. I don't want you to. It's to cut you off from that support system so you don't have a choice. So little decisions that Ian was making for Chimera, like, no, I'm going to make this potion and I'm going to cure Aura so that we don't have to rely on that. It's like, all right, there's just this little Telltale Games thing. It's like, he'll remember that.
Yep.
And on and
So-
on and on every time he did
That's good.
something. And the more he
yeah.
was doing things for himself, it's like, so the way this is heading, you're going to have options going into the future. And it's like, all right, cool. So, and I was asked point blank, it's like, so what's the end game here? And it's like, no, he wants to keep Chimera alive, but keep him on the back foot so that he never has time to have a savings or a plan or a way to get out.
And I feel like, especially like this particular like move, like is also like it feels like it was intended to not only just like have you like murder a guy that you don't want to, but also like put a bit more of a rift between him and the party, because it's like you just like were unable to stop yourself from killing someone, and like this probably I imagine is going to ruin the relationship that was building between the other brother. And also now it's like, okay, well, what if this happens again in the future? Like maybe there's a bit more distrust there. But
and there's a little bit of a vibe there as well, where it's kind of like, if this goes wrong, if it goes horribly, why did you make me do this to you? It is kind of a vibe.
Yeah. If you just would have did the thing, that is it's almost cliche, but it's like, no, that's it's cliche for a reason. That's what people do.
That's what toxic people do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pajama Party pointed out, and I think this was another reason why it hit so hard, is like everything was coming up Chimera. Like he was able to like convince him, and like everything was going great. He was going to have a new warlock buddy. This was going to be fantastic. Well, and then that happened, and that was such a gut punch.
The title of the episode was how Chimera got his groove back. It's like, I got the gases, everything's going, it's all Chimera gold and everything's great. And then a complete drop off, which was of course not intended, but that's where it went.
Dice telling the story.
Yeah, I honestly think there's so much of the dice telling a story here. But to answer your question, Jason, go ahead.
No, well, there was a moment earlier in that episode where you guys, it felt like it's like, hey, should we be staging an intervention? And very specifically, Logrim was like, no, we need Kolgoth. We need Kolgoth. We need him.
So well timed.
Like, and it's one of those things where he's not always around, but like he's in the room for things like that. He experiences things, so it's like, cool. I know how much leeway I have, so
there's a future world in which, if Kolgoth is sticking around, right, as part of Chimera, where there's going to be kind of I'm imagining that there's a world where we need something big to happen, something important, and it's like, all right, hey Kolgoth, what can we do here? And then it's going to be like, well, let's look at the scales. Let's look here. Let's see where we are. And that's the balance that I think Logrin is trying to figure out. Like keep that going as best as possible, because he's planning everything, and he knows that the reason he chose Chimera was not just because Chimera is really good at lying, but because he's also got Kolgoth. Like this is very planned out. Not even in a mean way, or like he doesn't care about Chimera, but just like, well, this will help. This is good. No, Chimera's great, but also this is kind of part of my plan too. This is a lot to think about. And to answer your question earlier, Jason, I feel like, how long has DNR been around? Like 13 years or whatever it is, 13 and a half years. There's a long established tradition and precedent of you not crossing lines. I mean, even taking spells away that have anything to do with mind control or charming or things like that has been part of the DNA of this. And so getting to that point with Kolgoth and Chimera, I don't even think the question, did I cross a line, even needs to come up. It's like, this was necessary. The dice told this. This was Kolgothy. This was the thing. And of course, I think you wouldn't have gone that far, it's a far place to go, but for reasons. And Ian was like, no, of course that was okay. Also, fuck you, but
also,
fuck
you. I've never been angrier,
Also,
but that was great.
I really love the fact that like Chimera like absorbed the soul and got XP from it. That was so good.
That was so
Oh my God.
mean. That was so mean.
That's like, I don't want
It's
this
like
good
hitting
thing.
somebody and then tucking
Too late,
$100
sorry.
bill in their shirt pocket.
Yep,
It's
yep,
like-
yep.
And
fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But
it's-
even
it
$100
is-
bill that
yeah.
he can't get rid of. Like it's
Yeah.
like he's got the XP, he can't not
Yeah.
take them. It's like,
Mhm.
sorry, hey,
Right.
no, I got you. I listen, like
So the-
almost like I'm doing you a favor here.
Yeah.
Right. It is. Oh, I'm taking
It
care of
is
you,
so
baby.
terrible. It's
Yeah.
so
It is
toxic.
the best part of that is every single time you guys get XP from now on, Ian's gonna look at that and see that he's 2,000 up on everybody.
Yes.
Even when that becomes an
Yes.
insignificant number, when you're at level 10 and 2,000 XP is like, he'll know. It'll be there
He'll know.
every time, and it's
It'll be there forever.
Yep.
It's
you go
haunting
for
the narrative.
pain. Like
Not
that's oh yeah,
Not the kill.
If you guys get out of this.
If.
I
Can't.
really wanted to go out on the "Don't leave me waiting" again and just have it end there, but I thought that the interaction between
Mhm.
Jason and
Yeah,
Ian
that's important.
was important
Yeah,
for
yeah,
listeners
yeah.
to
No,
hear,
definitely.
especially
Agreed.
listeners who might not be as familiar with the game,
Mhm.
where it's like, hey, if you're DMing, this is a
Yeah.
part of it. You have to do this part too. You can't just do the Kolgoth part
Mhm.
Yeah.
because
It's
Yeah.
and I think that's where so behind the scenes I'm working on like a masterclass thing for DMs, and I think it's talking to people in Discord and emails and stuff like that, just regular questions, but that is empathy's such a big part of like the game, I feel, because anyone can put together monsters and bad encounters and like mess with players and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
it's paying attention and making those moments count and mean something. It's because we had 24 episodes before that of building these characters up and making that matter, that going forward it's like, okay, is this a catalyst for something or another thing in a long list of like, like how much worse does this get before Chimera has to do something or wants to do something? So I
mean,
I don't know, like-
the rest of the party is not going to be very happy about it for different reasons, probably, right?
Of
And,
course.
there's Largren's going to have his own like, this is going to cause problems kind of a thing, right? But then, I mean, Ruby and Nythera, who've already looked into, this is toxic, and we care about our friend here and love him. They're all going to come at this from different angles about this is not okay for lots of different reasons.
right
But how not okay is it? And where's that line? And
right
maybe it's not, maybe the line's been crossed, and then it's just a matter of, well, we can't do anything about it now, but maybe we'll do something at some point. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's like I don't know, how difficult the process is to like break the the contract is such like it's an
It's
interesting like part of it because it's like
it's
it's
gotta
not
be
like you just
terrible,
need to
right?
make a decision and then do a few
Yeah.
things. It's like no, you would have to fight a demon and like
Yeah, we could
I
all
don't think
die
even
for
with
him,
that
you know?
really impressive performance against the king, like I don't think you're ready to do that yet. That sounds
Yeah.
really
No, no, no.
scary.
Can you imagine though, what I'm even more scared about, that rather than fighting a demon, if we ever got to that point of, trying to extract a Kolgoth or something like that, I'm actually more concerned about the, hey, we think we should do this, and Logwood saying, hold up,
Mhm.
hang on,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like, I get
Or
it, but let's have a
realistically
little conflict here.
Chimera saying hold up,
Yeah,
because
totally. Yeah,
I
and
don't
he'd be like,
know
no,
what
I need
Ian
this.
has planned, but
Yeah.
like
Well,
we
picture-
compare it to the
okay.
toxic relationship thing. Sometimes people don't want to leave those. Sometimes
Yeah.
people
Well,
are
true, yeah.
comfortable in those.
There's
don't
two
do it,
elements
yeah.
of that. There's two elements of that. Like Chimera does have an addictive personality, but let's operate on the cast level. Like we all bring different things to the show when we're playing in groups, when we're not, when we're just hanging out on Discord, when we're just supporting each other, right? So let's say one of the cast members is a really good artist, and that's what they brought to the table. They draw monsters, they make icons, they do this. And then one day you woke up and completely lost the ability to draw. What is your function within the group now? What do you bring? Even if it's just, hey, we love you and we want you to stick around, there's going to be that part of you that's like, yeah, but like, what do I do here? What's my
Right.
purpose? What do I, so
Yeah, because Jasper, I know you've talked in previous extended rest about like how like Logren like finding and picking out these people, like that's such an important key part to the group and everything. And like I imagine that's in the back of Chimera's head. It's like if I lose my ability to do magic, then Logren is not going to need me anymore.
That would,
And,
I'm
like-
speaking for Ian for sure. I don't know, but you're right. Like that, this we've said this a million times, but
Yeah.
we planned this party
Mm-hmm.
before coming to Jason with this party, and had a whole reason for why this was happening and what the background was and how it had all come together. Logren choosing Chimera, like I said, was really deliberate. Not And Logren is actually really transparent, right? He's not manipulative. Like, he's not like, I got Chimera and don't tell anybody, but I got him because of Cole.
Yeah.
That's not it. He's just like, no, you're really good. And also,
Yeah.
you've got some extra stuff here, and this is going to be really good for everybody, and this is going to work out really well.
Mm-hmm.
So great. Now, but you're right. If all of a sudden if Chimera were a different type of person,
Yeah.
from an ability point of view,
Mm-hmm.
what would that conversation be like? What would Logren, and more importantly, if Logren sort of had to go take a walk to think about that, what would Logren be thinking? Would he be thinking, well, do I cut my losses? Is Chimera still Chimera? Is Chimera not worth it? I mean, I'm not saying that he's that cold, but I do believe that Logren would at least think about all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I suspect Logren would end up being like, no, I just need to make up for the gap now.
And
What's
especially
the-
but just like from like Chimera's perspective, like it's just like you think it's like
Oh, he would be devastated, and
and it's
not
like
Ian. Chimera would be devastated. Right?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is still magic. And if back in the day, before the fall of Uman'Yiro, magic wasn't you got access to magic through a thing, but you didn't necessarily just get it from a thing. Like if I remember correctly, you could be a cleric who eventually didn't believe in gods, but you could still continue
Yeah.
to accumulate
Yeah,
power
that's
that
fair.
way.
Warlocks were
Is-
always different.
Is
Yeah.
this sort of thing still the case, or did things change since the fall of Uman'Yiro a little bit?
Well, things are a little more volatile, but yeah, no, there's magic coursing through everything. I like the idea of it being compared to the Force, right? But how you access that, even just
Yeah.
how you cast magic through a wand or a rod or an orb, whatever your focal point is, that's how you communicate. Going back to the drawing thing,
Right.
that doesn't mean you can't relearn how to draw, but
Right.
you have to put that work in. Whereas
Yeah.
warlocks have always been like, even as far back as Jadzia, it's like,
Mhm.
no, I could just give this to you. We could skip all that practicing and all that learning.
Yeah.
We could just give it to you. But that comes with a passenger that is very much like a tick. Like it's
Yeah, it's a parasite for sure.
Oh man, the
I
Lyme
feel like-
disease of magic.
Exactly. There's the T-shirt. What was I going to say? I feel like one thing I've really enjoyed with Theria in particular, and Jason, the world that you've created, is that every time there has been a warlock involved, it's always very different. I think warlocks are a
Mhm.
special, not just they themselves as a group are a special off to the side kind of a weird
Mhm.
unique type thing, but then within that each one of those has been different. Every time we've seen a warlock, whether it's been
Mhm.
Alex playing somebody or
Michael
Jadzia or whoever,
yeah.
right, all of those have been a completely different type of patron, or patronage, I should say, like a different type of what's the agreement here, and how
Mhm.
close are
Yeah.
they? How not close are they? What's the relationship between them? It's not one size fits all, and it's all very, very unique. And I love it because it means that Kolgoth and Chimera, we can't play this out. We truly
Yeah.
can't say what would happen if, because it's like, this is Wild West, because every warlock patronage in Theria is Wild West. Like, it's all unique.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that there's a lot of question marks that we can never get to yet.
Well, they're relationships, right? And every relationship is different. There are patrons that are out to get as many followers as possible, but there are some like Kolgoth with they want to settle down with one or two people
Mhm.
and experience every single. That's where they draw their power from. It's the experience. It's not, taking one 1/16 of your soul and like pocketing it. It's
Yeah.
being there through thick and thin, for better or worse. And like,
I don't think that I've seen that anywhere else. I don't know where else I
Mhm.
would have. Warlocks, it's sort of D&D 5e vanilla. Sort of like,
Mhm.
oh, I've got a patron. I may never have to deal with that.
right.
Mhm.
It's
Right.
it's like
Ever.
how backstories were treated in 5e as opposed to A5e.
Yeah,
it's like, no.
it's just
Really
it's
think
just
about
maybe I
this.
have, like, who's your patron? Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me look at my wallet. Let me see if I have my card. You know, like
Right.
that can be it can
Right.
be so distant. And this is the opposite. Not only is this patron very, there's a very detailed relationship here, but it's literally part of his body and actually just is there and
Yeah,
listening.
he's
And
just always like
it's
wrapped around.
ugh,
Yeah, whenever he talks, you can almost just hear the fingers kind of creep up over the
yes.
shoulder. It's so
Yeah.
good how you do that. Oh,
Yeah.
Bree's done a very good job of like accompanying those with music
Oh my
and
God.
like
Yeah.
having
Thank
little
you.
cues
Yeah.
That's
that
some
you don't
good
think
job.
about.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
Can
So
I
good.
yes and that? I said this to you, Bree,
Please.
on the chat, sort of in the Discord, just separately and privately. But holy crap! If you haven't been listening with
It's
headphones on,
good.
it's so good. The editing is not
Thank
just
you.
the editing, because that sounds like cutting and putting things
Mhm.
together, but the editing and then the Foley and the sound effects and the music on top of all of it. It caught me because I was walking the dog and I put my headphones in and I got new headphones, so I've got like noise canceling stuff and it's all
Ooh.
like New York City is gone, right? And it's just silence. And then Ruby, I think it was during the king fight, the Duergar king fight, and like, well, Ruby like runs over here and turns on her gauntlets or whatever, and all of a sudden it was like, like I was like, oh my god, you got it, like, you got it, you got it.
And
And
there are certain ones like that literally in my folder that sound effect exists, and then it's dash Ruby because
right,
like I needed to
yeah,
save it because I knew that was her sound.
it's so good.
That's good.
Shield plant is another one. It's like dash Logren.
Yes,
Yeah,
so good. Anyway,
it's fun. Like I
Cuckoo.
really like it's fun when you guys you're doing such a good job role playing that like I get to be excited to like, ooh, how do I heighten this moment? How do
Yeah.
I
I mean,
like
I
it's
get,
fun.
I'm mad because I want those things happening while we're fighting and like doing things but I don't, it's so great.
That's rough.
I love it.
That's yay. Huh. Anyway, I think that's this month.
Yeah,
That's what we
yeah.
did this month. Any final words for the chat, or anyone in the chat want to ask any questions or anything like that?
While we're waiting, I just wanted to thank everybody out there because over the years, it's easy to get complacent or not know what to focus on, and we've really been focusing on the show, the main feed, and getting back in touch with you guys. So a lot of that is I'm trying to post TikToks, I'm trying to post short form content, I'm working on a bunch of other stuff. We're trying to make sure that that like if you show up to a stream, we're engaging with you a little bit more. So streams have slowly been getting more viewers, and like the Discord's more active, and just thank you guys for interacting and giving us your opinions and stuff, because we're just taking stabs in the dark without it. We're just trying to guess what you guys want, and it's tough. So I think Homefront's going to be something you guys like too. It's going to be a different flavor, but it's supposed to be. And we got a Halloween episode coming out.
We do.
We just got a ton of stuff we're working on. So yeah, thank you. That's all.
Thank you guys. So we will see you next month.
Yay.
Bye.
Do the
Hi, everybody.
Wait,
so
is there a
sorry.
question? Sorry.
There was like little questions in the chat. Do the characters have Twitter accounts? We haven't done that because no one uses Twitter anymore. I hate Twitter, and I won't use it. Blue Sky, maybe. Blue Sky, maybe we'll do Blue Sky accounts. I don't know.
Blue
think-
Sky's pretty good.
I think I made a Ruby Blue Sky, but I haven't used it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Pajama Party wants to know what it looked like third person for the whole Chimera possession thing.
Oh yeah, like sort of from the viewer.
So I think it would be okay. The way Kolgoth works, right? In that moment, he's not trying to comfort. He wants it to be. So even though Chimera doesn't see it, I don't think big demon wings sprout out from him or something like that. He wanted Jesse's final moments to think that Chimera did it. So maybe just a dead-eyed stare and him slicing his throat wide open. Like it would just be like it's just Chimera. Like that's what he wants to, even if there's no benefit or drawback to that, it's for Kolgoth. It's for him, the experience. So yeah.
Well, on that haunting note, I think we can go out now.
I'll never call it X, Darkwing, ever. It's fucking Twitter. Fuck that billionaire. I don't
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.